Furious 7. Okay, there's never really been any sort of consistency with how they title these things, but I don't know, Furious 7 just sounds a bit... yeah, whatever. Before I do get into this review, I should probably talk about the first 6 films of Fast and Furious. Yeah, Jesus, there's 7 of these fucking things. The first 4, I think, are unwatchable. I never found the first 4 to be particularly good. You know, they had their moments, but some good action, obviously. But just, I kind of found them, whatever. Fast 5, on the other hand, though, I think is fantastic. Particularly Dwayne Johnson in that. Fast and Furious 6, I think, is alright. Not as good as Fast 5, but still good nonetheless. But Furious 7, oh, this film is, up there. No joke, I think this film is fantastic. It delivers on everything, you should expect in a Fast and Furious film. Awesome action, physics-defying stuff, some good character moments, just great character moments, by the way. Crazy action, Vin Diesel saying family every 5 minutes, and Paul Walker. Sniff, sniff, sob. Yes, this is the final film with Paul Walker, because he died only about halfway through filming. And I kind of tried to notice that, like, hey, when did there were stand-ins and some CGI, like his 2 brothers. Sometimes you can notice it, like particularly towards the end, you can really notice it. But yeah, for the most part, it's fairly like you can hardly notice it sometimes. Anyways, after defeating the Owen Shaw crew in Fast and Furious 6, Jason Statham, Deckard Shaw, has it out for Vin Diesel and his team. He kills off one of their guys right away, I was like, oh, okay, wow, this film's right off the bat. And basically, Vin Diesel and his team, they have to stop this guy before anything bad happens. To do that, they gotta do other stuff, and other stuff, and more other stuff. A lot of crazy action-y stuff, more physics-defying stuff, character stuff, and motivation stuff from the last few films, such as Michelle Rodriguez's character coming back from the dead, apparently. Spoilers. Or her memory went wiped or something. Paul Walker just wanting to settle down with his family, and Tyrese Gibson and the other guy just doing other things. But the film, it works just like that, really. And Kurt Russell as the best thing ever. No, seriously, he shows up, it's just like, holy shit, it's Kurt Russell. So yeah, that's pretty much so you're probably wondering, what the fuck did you just say, Captain? That's pretty much the film in a nutshell. Jason Statham's out to get these guys, and and Vin Diesel and his team, they can't really find Jason Statham. He's a bit of a shadow. It's about as Jason Statham as it gets for this guy, but it works. To do that, they need to find this person by the name of, what was her name again? Ramsey, that's it. This chick named Ramsey who built a program that can basically find anyone in the world, wherever you want, basically via cell phones and some security cameras. It can basically zero in on just about anyone. And they need to find him and just take him down because, well, hey, he's coming after, Dominic and his team. And that's pretty much the film in a nutshell, really. We got some nice character stuff between, Vin Diesel and just all of the members, really. Michelle Rodriguez in particular. And, okay, look, I'm not really a fan of Michelle Rodriguez, but do you guys find her, like, sexy or attractive? Personally, I don't. I just kind of see her as that butch lesbian type person, and really emphasis on that. She's been trying to hide from that for years now. Nice little way to get the review pumping. But yeah, I don't find her particularly that good looking. This film at times tries to make her look sexy, but I just don't see it. There's not really any women in this film at all. There's, the chick named Ramsey. That's really it, and just Michelle Rodriguez. Gal Gadot, yeah, how do you pronounce that? Wonder Woman. Her character Giselle makes a cameo appearance. And that's really it. There's no real women in the movie, really. But But, it works for itself. Yeah, and you basically get what you want. You get physics-defying action, when you're sitting there going, alright, there's no way that could happen, but holy shit, that car just went through a building 100 stories up. So you get exactly what you wanted, and it works for that. I love that it doesn't take itself too seriously. Like, it knows to be humorous, it knows when to have a bit of fun with itself, it knows when to, like, almost poke fun at itself, and I just like that about this, and like, Fast 5 and Fast and Furious 6 in a way do that too. But I noticed it a lot more here, really, is that it doesn't take itself too seriously, which I like that. It knows when to be lighthearted, and it knows what it is. That's what I just like about it. It's not trying to be something else, if that makes any sense. This is Justin Lin, who directed a bunch of the films. Didn't direct it. James Wan did, who's Australian. Yay! Where he's Australian. He took over. Also, Jimon Huston is in the film as well. It's a pretty mean bad guy. But despite everything I do like about it, the character stuff is great when it's great, but the only real gripe I have with it is sort of like focus. At times it's like, okay, what really are we focusing on, and who's really the villain? Like, there's two villains running around, really. And it seems to have trouble to say which one they want to focus on more, and which one they want to do more with, if that makes any sense. The same could be said, here I can speak now, about, the main characters. Like, is it focusing on Brian or Dominic most? Dominic, I guess, mostly, so... Well, obviously, because Paul Walker's kind of dead. But yeah, as to... I can't speak right now. But yeah, it knows exactly what it is. This film has its fans. For me, I think it is good. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. It's getting good reception, which I'm happy for. But yeah, the ending of this film is just ooh, right in the feels, man. Just ooh, okay, yeah. I think Vin Diesel was at the premiere of this, and he broke down, crying, I think, at one point, and just ooh. Like, yeah, I think, the Fast and Furious films, they pretty much represent everything that's wrong with Hollywood, but just, when it does something right, it does something right. That's all I really have to say. Furious 7's great. Go watch it. It's awesome. You'll have fun with it. As for the inevitable Fast and Furious 8, I don't fucking know. Well. Hopefully something with Kurt Russell. Alright, see you later. Oh yeah, this gets a nice 9 out of 10. Alright, see you later.